That's why we have spots in action mode, other spots in monitor mode. Now, Jamaica, let me break this down for us. What does this mean for us? Well, if this comes in and takes a more of a northerly track and moves right in, that would, of course, be a worst-case scenario. We'd have a hurricane directly moving in this weekend, especially later into this weekend, with high impacts. Winds would be over 100 miles per hour. I don't mean that in a scary way, just letting you know. I'll show you the different scenarios. Again, it would be a hurricane, so that makes sense, an intensifying hurricane. Intense rain, no doubt, flooding, a huge concern. This is a worst-case scenario, a direct hit of this moving in this weekend. Now, there's a few scenarios actually with this. Let me show you kind of the, I don't even want to call it the best case scenario. We'll call it the better case scenario because putting it straightforward, as you know, I always am with you. There's not really a great scenario at this point other than if this were just to stay away. If the American model was right or becomes right and this stays away, that's great news. And we'll just be grateful across Jamaica. So this is not, I don't want to call it the best case scenario, just a better case scenario. It would be more of a southerly track, right? And that would hopefully keep the core of a powerful hurricane just to the south versus on top of us, right? And I'm not sure yet if it is going to move directly in or stay just to the south. Here's the catch of all of that. If this stays to the south, that means it stays over the very warm water. It intensifies even more so. Then it moves off toward the west. And then eventually, which I'm going to show you in this video, eventually, even if the heaviest stuff stays just south, eventually it's going to curve back. So will it curve back and how close? So there could be, first, it may hit or be very close this weekend, but even if it misses, it may eventually curve back sometime next week. That's why I mentioned we're going to be tracking this 6, 7, 8 days out in time, deep into next week potentially. Also watching the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos down the road, Cuba. So again, but I just want to show you a couple of the scenarios. Direct hit possible this weekend, or it's to the south, which would be better, no doubt, at least initially. But this is why we need to make those hurricane preparations in Jamaica. We've got a little time to do kind of the final stuff as far as if you're boarding up windows or anything like that. We could hold off on some of that. We're kind of gradually ramping up as we see what kind of plays out. So right now winds are at about 50 to 60 miles per hour or about 80 to about 96 kilometers an hour. So those are the winds. And again, lifting generally to the north. Could still see some of that rain, parts of Colombia, maybe clipping parts of the ABC Islands. Hasn't been a whole lot. And then this will eventually try to take a turn. Again, low confidence with the track, but it looks like the European model at this point is doing a little bit of a better job based on what I'm seeing in the environment. We do have the watches out for parts of Haiti and back toward Jamaica. Now, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, even as this, if this were to kind of slide closer to Jamaica, on the back side of it, it still wraps in a ton of rain. We already know that. So Haiti and the Dominican Republic, regardless if this is a direct hit or not, the rain is the biggest issue. So that is staying on track. Again, we could see the tracks change and all of that, but I've got you covered with action mode. We have the right spots together that need to prepare safeties first. Wherever it goes, whatever, not whatever, but you know what I mean. Wherever it goes, we are prepared. So we're ready for whatever scenario, putting it that way. Now, we take a look at this. Here's Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic. Exactly what I was just trying to talk about. We are in action mode. Jamaica especially making the hurricane preparations, right? Because there could be that direct hit or it could be close this weekend. Either way, looks to be very close. And then eventually it may even swing back around as we get into next week. So we're making the hurricane preparations. Western, central, and eastern Jamaica, you know I've got you covered. I'm talking with folks on the ground. We've got a team in several locations that we're monitoring things. We're getting the word out. I was talking to my good friend who has a huge outreach in Haiti. He's been spreading the word across Jacmel, right across the southern peninsula, because that's where some of the intense rain will be. We'll get some intense rain across the Dominican Republic. If this were to shoot closer or move into Hispaniola, that would bring heavier rain to Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico, know that I'm keeping an eye on things, and I'll show you the different scenarios in just a second. Now, we are in monitor mode in the Cayman Islands, right? The Cayman Islands, we need to watch this carefully. In Cuba, we are watching this carefully. Again, we don't need to take action yet, but we do need to we need to review our hurricane plans.
It's not the strongest who survive. seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
What game scares I, unaware of death? Humans use words, but say less. Don't expect us to roll over.
Electrocute prop. Wait, is my camera fucked? Is. Hold on, I fixed it.
Humans are petty. Tear their pride.
Alright, I'm gonna check. Nice.
First blood. An enemy has been slain.
Oh lord. That's really bad for me, huh? That was not good. On there. I need to heal up by auto attacking. I'm probably just gonna reset. Bro, I was tabbed out. Not real, bro. It's serious, bro. I don't know if he flash actually.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I don't like with these Catherine players, bro, man. Like, bro, look how far I was. Damn. There's not much I can do here right now. Her getting an early kill is really, really bad for me. Let's run back to lane quickly.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
For 1,000 years, none can flee that long.
Weird. He's there. Y'all, my new job. Good. I'm solo there now. Well, you know, no longer shadowing. I was doing payroll today, bro. Alright, up. Alright, to man, hurt me. Cool. Oh, damn, man. I misclick. How are you doing, though? That. Or. Yo, Scooby, so I go on, bro. She. Go on, man. Awkward time for all this shit. Oh my god, bro. I was like, no way, don't go in the jungle, bro. And drag.
Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree. Slain. An ally has been slain.
I know they buffed this champ, but what happened? They buff on him. Alright, it's chilling, bro. Coming up. Coming up on a plane. Okay, nice. And that's good, bro.
Enemy double kill. Shut down.
Just for me, so.
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy is unstoppable. Your turret has been destroyed.
Yo, All-Star.
Slain.
Got a flash into that. Close enough. It's karma, bro. Got diamonds on my teeth. Yeah. I found the battle. Oh no. You can roll with me. And the family call me Pluto, don't you never forget.
Your turret has been destroyed.
The millionaire? What the fuck you mean?
Has been slain.
I shouldn't even be streaming today, bro. I'm so tired. A bad idea.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Million dollar millionaire. What the?
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy has been slain.
My God.
Ally has been slain.
I got dead.
Ally has been slain.
Yeah, shield ball. And I to much. Good kill him and ran. Yeah, lady bang for me.
An ally has been slain.
Jesus Christ. Okay, one shot, bruh. When it all comes down, can you call? It's probably like Kraken Slayer. Oh. I instant W. W. And for me, yeah, she gonna let that shit bang for me, yeah. She gonna let that shit bang. Yeah, though, my farm ain't too bad. I think it's a big deal. We get out of there quickly. Report the base.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your has been
No teleport. Okay. Damn, unfortunate.
If we're in action mode, say tomorrow or sometime this weekend, what do I need to do to kind of ramp up and get ready to protect lives and property? That is the most important thing. We all have different means, and that's why I do this channel to help give us a heads up, of course, to protect life, but with everyone having different means, resources, all of that stuff, I just want to be helpful with a little extra time so you could prepare. But Cuba, I've kind of widened this out to include more of the central sections, right? Because I think it's taken a little more of a track to the west, and then eventually it may swing back. So the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, monitoring that, keeping an eye on Florida down the road just in case. If this goes more to the west, Belize, Nicaragua, Honduras, San Andres, Providencia, keeping an eye on you as well. I've got us covered. If I'm not mentioning you a lot, that's a good thing, right? As we're tracking this big system, if you don't get a lot of mentions, that's generally a good thing in this scenario, but know that I'm watching all of the different scenarios in the environment closely. Now, here's one of the computer models showing the rain across parts of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. This is based on the American model, and as I mentioned, I don't just watch the American model.
Who wants a
watch
treat?
what's going
Bristle
on in
wants
the
a treat?
environment. I do believe
Not
more
until
of
we've
this
trampled
rain
our
will be
foes
a
to
little bit
dust.
more this way. And again, Jamaica, this is a slow mover, so we're really looking at
Yo,
this
Andy,
weekend
thank you
some
for
of
the
bigger
raid, bro.
impacts, at
Appreciate
least,
that. Thank you.
nearby. But you see these totals, this green shading, that is off my chart. We're talking about 30 centimeters, 300 millimeters of rain, upwards of 12 inches of rain or a foot.
What's up,
It could be
man?
as high as
Thank you,
about
bro.
500 millimeters. We could see
Hope the
1 to
stream
2
went well.
feet potential, especially along the southern coast of Jamaica. Then, as this area moves closer to Jamaica, even if the system is south, this is important in Jamaica. Even if the system is south, the core of it, right, and say the hurricane winds are just south of us, say they're south of Kingston, that's good. They're over water. What's going to happen is it just kind of crawls by. So we're going to see all of this rain for days and days moving in. So the flood threat will be high. And that's why I mentioned there's not really a good scenario at this point other than if it were to just simply stay away. So it looks like one way or another, this is going to be at least very close to Jamaica as an intensifying hurricane. That is the concern. The conditions which I'm about to show you are conducive for development. I'll show you that in a second.
So
you see
I let them all
most of the
decay.
models now swing this system just south of Jamaica. But again, this is just a point, right? We know in Jamaica that these storms are really big. So we could have the center sitting here, say south of Kingston, right? But these are big, sprawly systems just bringing in the potential of days of tropical storm impacts. And then if it were to move right in, of course, we'd have the hurricane impacts. Now, down the road, it looks like even if it comes south of Jamaica, then it curls back. So that means Cayman Islands, we may have to go into action mode, and that means it could be a secondary hit or another chance of being close by in Jamaica. Even if it stays just to the west of Jamaica, it's a big system, so it's still going to filter in those impacts, and then it could potentially move across Cuba, and then potentially right into the central and southern Bahamas, keeping an eye on the Turks and Caicos. Now, a couple of the models still want to shoot this up to Haiti, but they're kind of in the minority at this point.
Yeah, we're just chilling right now, though. I'm just
the rain, and that's
staying a
what
little
we've been
bit of
preparing
league.
for. Same thing across the Dominican Republic, a little bit more so though in Haiti. Now here's a look at all of the
I'm really tired today, so
really put together.
Not
So this
much
is a map
energy.
I don't typically show, but I like to give you all the information. And you can see the black line. That's kind of the we'll call it
I
the
had
mean,
so
the
much to do
average
at work
of
today.
all of this. So you can see how an odd track this is, just kind of moving its way up toward the north and very close to Jamaica, maybe right in or just to the south, and then swinging back. But this is the spread of uncertainty, like right through here where you see this blue shading. So again, it can potentially get very close to Central America. It can get close to the northern Bahamas. We'll just see how far west it gets before it kind of swings. Why does it do an odd swing like that? This time of the year, that's not so odd because we have the autumn fronts that are sweeping by. This is kind of a late season system, but as it moves toward the west, the conditions are conducive for rapid strengthening. That is of high concern to me. Very, very high concern to me. Now, you see these models, those squiggly lines. This is a day out, 2 days out, 3 days out, 4 days out. It shows it again as a tropical storm and then eventually strengthening into a hurricane, this yellow shading here. Down the road, a lot of the models want to bring this upwards of a Category 3, Category 4 hurricane. A few of them and a few of the good hurricane models have this as a Category 5. they're not out to lunch. It makes sense because if this were to stay just, the core of this were to stay just to the south of Jamaica, the water is very warm, the atmosphere is conducive, it's very relaxed up there. So system could kind of breathe. There's not a lot of wind shear, right? That could allow a storm to really build. And I mentioned all season long, the biggest thing I'm concerned about is the heat content, right? I've been mentioning this since I think May. If you've been with me as a subscriber on this channel, this is what I talk about. This is the problem. This red shading in here, this is not just the water. These are not just the water temperatures. This in through here is the high heat content. That's warm water, but it's warm deep water. So as you get a system sitting on top of that, this warm water, it's the energy, right? It's warm deep water, just kind of keeps filtering up and feeding the system. And if the winds above, way above, are relaxed, the system could kind of breathe and grow. I hope that's not too confusing, but either way, you don't want something going over these red pockets, especially when the winds upstairs are a little bit more relaxed, because something can rapidly intensify. That is now the concern. I mentioned it a few days ago that a westerly track would be worse news overall. That's the case. Here are the actual water temperatures. We know still this time of year, water temperatures are so very warm. 31 degrees Celsius, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, but it is the depth of those warm waters, those hot pockets, that this thing is going to potentially go over. We'll see. There's high uncertainty with this. I'll let you know what I know and what I don't know. But again, that is a big concern. And that's why in Jamaica, we desperately need this sucker to stay to the south, the center of it. If the center is just to the south, it's going to be a big, powerful system. We're going to have some impacts either way. We know that. We're taking those preparations. We're helping each other out. Appreciate, by the way, if you've been through a storm before and a neighbor hasn't, just kind of helping them out about the time frame of this. This is a slow mover, kind of gradually ramping up, but we are taking action because we'll start to get some bands of rain moving in, but we need the core to stay in the water. That's good and bad. Of course, the core in the water, it means it's going to just get stronger, but we do not need this moving over land. That could be a huge issue, but that is also why Cuba, Central and Eastern zones, and the Cayman Islands. We're watching this because this could be potentially a Category 5 hurricane sitting very close to Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Cuba as we work our way into next week. Now, here's the European model, what I'm leaning to. And again, it's not that one's right or wrong, or even I'm right or wrong. I'm trying to relay that there's uncertainty in this, right? And showing it to you, so I know you understand that.
You watching news? The weather, yeah.
Here's Jamaica, here's Cuba, here's Haiti,
There's a
the
storm
Dominican Republic,
right over the
Cayman
sea, bro.
Islands. You get
Gonna
over
become a
toward,
hurricane.
Cuba right in through here. This is tomorrow. The system getting stronger, and again, the rain bands working in. Enhanced rain still. Haiti, the Dominican Republic, the core of it in here, but all of this rain as well, just filtering in, again, a counterclockwise flow, pumping in the rain. So you don't need to be right near the center to have impacts out of this. The European model really starts to strengthen this as we get into Friday, making it a hurricane Friday into Saturday, as I mentioned. Look how it just doesn't move much at all. This is on Friday, and that is, I was going to say it's a scary scenario. I'm not trying to be scary in these videos, but anytime something slows, that is a huge issue. We need it to kind of stay over water. High pressure builds here. That's a fence, that's a barrier, so it can't shoot to the north. High pressure builds over here too, so it can't shoot to the west yet. That is why it is almost going to stall out very close to Jamaica. Again, the American model shoots it toward Haiti. I'll show you that, still a possibility. I'll show you that in a second. But the European model has the core of a very powerful hurricane very close this weekend with those tropical storm at least tropical storm impacts filtering around this. Where the center goes key. It could be right on top of us. That's why I mentioned it could be a direct hit of a hurricane this weekend, or it would be just to the south, a strengthening storm. On the backside, the rain still filtering in over toward Boston Blue and Jacmel, and that rain just continuing to add up as we get into the weekend across Jamaica. Some of us have already had some flooding unrelated to Melissa, and now we have this thing that's going to be nearby. Then as we get into Sunday, it would be still just generally south of the western end of Jamaica. But here's where it moves into the conditions that are conducive for rapid strengthening. The European model makes this very strong into a major hurricane, a powerful hurricane. Some of the models are thinking Cat 3 to Category 5 hurricane sitting out here in the water. Now, then we start to lose the blockers though. and see, no high pressure. We start to get these fronts, if you will, sitting up here. These are the ones that are a little bit stronger that may eventually grab this area and turn it before it gets to San Andres and Providencia, watching over toward Honduras, keeping an eye on Belize, and then turn it back. But that's the issue. This here is Wednesday. It could roll very close to the Cayman Islands. We'll be keeping an eye on Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, back through Grand Cayman. And then as we swing back toward, keeping an eye on Montego Bay, of course. Powerful. This has a pressure that is super low. This has a lower pressure in a storm. Stronger winds, stronger storm, higher winds. This has a Category 5 hurricane very close to Cuba and into Jamaica. This is by Wednesday, and I'm starting to lose track of the days, right? Because we're going to be tracking this forever. But this is a week from now. That's why I mentioned this is a long-haul system. That's why I mentioned we need to take a little bit of time, sometimes take time away from some of the hurricane prep just for a moment because it's a high anxiety time of year. So trying to think of you, going through the comments, appreciate some of the jokes you've been leaving in the comments as well because this is going to be a very high anxiety time, especially for Jamaica in the sense that we have 2 times that we may get hit with this or have impacts, and Cayman Islands over toward Cuba, and still seeing that rain even on Wednesday filtering into the southern end of Haiti. Now, down the road, it looks like at some point it is going to would swing through Cuba on this scenario. So again, watching very closely the Bahamas, northern, central, southern Bahamas, keeping an eye on the Turks and Caicos, monitoring Florida. I haven't seen a scenario that really shoots this into the Gulf, but with this front that may act like a blocker, but sometimes it could kind of pull it up. Depending on it will pull it up eventually. It's just a matter of where. Is it like a Wilma closer to Florida, or is it going to kind of be more over Cuba and then back toward the Bahamas? We're going to wait and see on that for a moment. Again, some of us in monitor mode, you know I've got you covered. I'll be able to give you good advance warning depending on which scenario pans out. And even if this scenario pans out, this is the American model. We have been warned in the Dominican Republic. That's why I'm comfortable in Haiti and the Dominican Republic. We've been making the preps. The American model says this little front up here is actually going to keep this away from Jamaica. That would be amazing if that happened for Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. Of course, that would be worse news. This here is on Friday. Could pull a hurricane right to Hispaniola. That would bring flooding to parts of Puerto Rico. It wouldn't be a direct hit for Puerto Rico.
I think it might be
flooding, and then it would be just a slow mover. This would be devastating in the way of floods if this scenario pans out for Hispaniola. I'm comfortable in the sense that you've been doing your part in sharing this information with others so that regardless of which scenario, if it is this as we work our way into the weekend, or if it is something over here, we're prepared. You got each other's backs. We are prepared with this either way. I don't put everyone in action mode because again, we all have different means and I keep things in good perspective, but we have the right spots covered. So if this happens,
we just have a storm coming, bro, so we're just chilling. I mean,
either way, we're making those preparations.
Really tired today.
Tired me out, bro. Concerned about the life-threatening flooding in Haiti and the Dominican Republic, regardless of which scenario, right? And in Jamaica, regardless of which scenario, it looks like, unless it's the American model and this thing just stays away, it looks like we're going to get some impacts, if not 2 times, in which we could get hit or have a hurricane very close by. So Haiti and the Dominican Republic, especially the southern peninsula of Haiti, significant flooding, a rock slide potential, watching that as well through the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico, we'll monitor some of the rain totals. I'll break that down further in tomorrow's video. Jamaica, we're continuing with those hurricane preparations. It looks to become a hurricane this weekend, still uncertain exactly where, but rapid intensification is possible and looking a little more likely, especially if it's just to the south of Jamaica as we get into the weekend. Unfortunately, conditions are conducive for this to become a major hurricane, but we are a step ahead together, spreading the word and in action mode in the correct areas, monitor mode elsewhere. I've got you covered. That is my promise to you, watching this around the clock with you. This is a wonderful weather community. You keep me going. So again, thank you for the kind comments and helping others, sharing this information. Have a good night ahead.
Minions have spawned.
Hey, wait, did he? I don't know if he started Q or E. Gotta be careful, cause you start E. Just hit Master OTP Naafiri. Thanks for the content. Run through dive in 3 days. Easy, bruh. What were the items and runes we were going? I'm going too long sword. Tilted. I tilted one of my games over there. Really? Rain on an A? Damn. He also went 1 for 1 with me.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Got a good crash though.
Ally has been slain.
I say like you got a good crash, so you win the bot call. Hmm. Bro. I win wall. And turn back, so he's dead.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
Alright. We'll electrocute and conquer. Usually electrocute. Get a clip Sorella or spear into institutional one. I haven't tried Comet everywhere, but it looks good when you use it. Yeah. Remember Comet. I remember, right? Electrocute default. You already know that. And just conquer. You see, like, oh, you're using the conquer in certain matchups. That's good. The Comet is. Truthfully, you may not even need to go the Comet setup. Especially next patch. But it's more of a thing where like you'll find more benefit out of it in a higher elo because we get punished like in these matchups we get punished at that level 1 to 4 mark, which is what like the real big point of the whole setup is. Because when you come out, you don't want to have to reset early before that. You don't want to die before that. You want to be able to get all the fun you can get. And then you reset, teleport, reset. Like reset, teleport. So that's how it kind of goes. That's sweet spot. But
An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
I can't go bot. I was just trying to bait him some. I just have a lot of patience. You notice I ain't let no Qs. But it's about spacing with the auto attacks, being patient. I need to reset, fam. Yeah, anyways, he has no R. Bring him into these. That boy just
Rampage.
no respect. Good for my boy. Very nice. Beautiful. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna reset here. I mean, I don't want to miss the play then, and this guy teleported, so I'm actually gonna stay. Oh, so there. So, never mind. I would have stayed for 2. Yeah, I'm actually gonna just push this way and then. Kezo can threaten me right now. Oh, is the new door unpaid? Oh wait, we're under new patch. Wait, are we under new patch? There's what? You're right. I should have went it this game. I didn't know. I generally did not know, bro. I knew we were in for a treat when I saw it, when Yasuo went 1 for 1 under me, with me underneath the turret. I was like, but the wave is pushing to me, so it's like, yeah. That was really nice. Shit. Oh, they're gonna get feet. I want to tank that. I was gonna like let him ult me, but Leona was on her way. Yeah, no, I didn't even realize that this I was on new patch, bro. Interesting. I mean, I had it versus Katarina. I got cooked, but I only got 1 game with it, so I have to really test it. That. Like really, bro? No way you're trying to do that. We're going bot. But we're fighting through him first.
Shut down.
But yeah, no new Doran Blade though, really good with Naafiri. We're back to being Doran Blade being good on Naafiri again. Cause the lifesteal, if it's lifesteal, bro, lifesteal is always bad on Naafiri. Because right, your base AD is very low. Look at my base AD right now, it's 73, right? 84, and Vega one ain't even like some high shit. Look at Leona, 77, right? I have I have less AD than Leona. Leona could use Doran Blade better than me. Only way for me to make it back up is through my W, you know, to make a difference. But that's the thing, right? Your W is not always up. George, Jordan. Hook up a boy real quick. But yeah, listen. Listen. Before I lose track, hold on. So, yeah, Naafiri base AD low. That's why Blade wasn't that great on her. Well, the new Blade, well, the one that they just changed. It did it was based off like all damage. I'll give you Omnivamp or some shit like that. But now they change it again. It's all damage. That's really good for us. Now they did nerf Doran Shield, and I did go Doran Shield that game, but it's still Doran Shield still gonna give more sustain, right? But Doran Blade does scale even better than before, based on what I'm seeing here. So yeah. I'll take plus my stomach turning. That's a Mr. Gold in my teeth. Them seals has gone pop. Stupid. Katarina again. Last time I lost this matchup. How can I fix it? Alright, let's see. I mean, typically this is what we do. But when they play it so safe, it's like, damn, how am I supposed to kill that? Change chroma. You try that like a movie, yeah. Alright, let's go. I fuck up this time. And start the game. That how it just reads. Turn 2.5% of damage dealt as health. 35% effectiveness effect.
Welcome to
Spells and
Summoner's
pet
Rift.
damage. Why the fuck they nerf it for pets specifically? How many pets are there?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
But no, I mean pets are AoE. But that means, I mean, I still benefit from hitting minions. Another weapon nose, yeah, pussy.
Minions have spawned.
Simple. Alright. I'm ready this time. We're going. We're playing very forward this time. Gotta make sure she has a hard time farming. See, she only got 2 CS. Look at that. Now Wukong, I think he's bad in top or bots. I think he's batting down. Oh, that fucked up. That third shot is so grief for me. Dead. No. Castle on wagon. Bluetooth? The language that Rosetta Stones. Storm is coming, bruh. Come electrocute proc. Got crab here. Oh no 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 no. Nice. I wanted to go for pipe too, but I hate that, bro. Now I'm gonna miss 2 because of it. Alright. Need a presence of mine.
An ally has been
I'm gonna be honest. You would have died if I should have died if I didn't use ignite. My dog would have jumped and I got electric proc. Oh my god, bruh. Is the new Doran good on Naafiri? Yes. Because Naafiri has low base AD, the lifesteal was always bad on her.
ally has been slain.
Never make it. One shot them. Yo, can we fix that, bro? Why am I thinking to it randomly recently, bro? I fucked up some shit. One of the patches, bro. If, they don't look that low. I'm gonna try to reset right now. It's a big item here. It was a perfect flash.
Shut down.
I'm gonna have to go drag here, I think. Wait, hold on, let me push one more. Bot lane should be able to move. I actually really don't want to move because it would mess up my whole thing. Because Katarina is gonna probably like reset, and then she'll just come back, and then I'll be down item. I assumed. I guess Casa's probably going that AP build, right? I'm gonna do Ma right now though. Ma Descent.
An enemy has been slain.
Ooh, I landed double Q. Is new Doran good? Oh, sorry, no. Ravi, what incarnation is it? ADC? That's all. He's actually. I think he's actually better about than mid. Play. It kind of looks bad. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. I want to play it in this time, but this Katarina always gets back to lane quick. He hit the dog, by the way. But that was crazy. I get up, fam. The ward in my lane, so I can't be called there. It should be good one now. I'm up CS, you know. Like she doesn't farm. Let's say that. So I mean, we got something at least. But it's Katarina, right? They can pick up kills and shit easily. Shit. It's a bad flash. The idea was good. In engage.
Killing spree.
Cause she can't jump to a minion there, you know. But once you get to that point, yeah. I should just get a flash and that's it, and that will be it. I'm dead. Never mind. There's 4 Magi stack. There. Top should never be trying to fight here.
An enemy has been slain.
At any point, Katarina could have been on that player. Which I think she should be on that play. I'm not even saying she could have. She should have been on that play. There's nothing else on the map for her to do. But oh. Is Voltic sword? I don't. No, I don't agree with Voltic. I don't think it is a very suitable item for how Naafiri should be playing the game. Or how Naafiri wants to play. Like a million people here though, bro. I need that vision, man. Give me a word on Wiki. I can't take that. Hey brother, what do you think is the better build right now? The fear build has not changed. The fear builds have not changed. There's no item that came that got buffed. Like, yeah, that changed anything. That, yeah, because Profane is still, yeah, Profane is not back. Not good. And then Axiom has always been good. The buff is good. It helps the lethality build more. But that was already a build, so it just helps it by making it cheaper, which is good. It's great. But the whole problem is how many games can you go lethality, full lethality, you know? That's the thing.
Rampage. Down.
I have a cannon minion, bro. This Bruiser is better. It's just generally speaking, most games Bruiser is gonna perform, you know, better in. But of course, some games, right, lethality is like really, really good, and you should be going lethality in those games.
An enemy is dominating.
Here's Triumph.
Enemy has been slain.
I feel like I don't do damage when I go Bruiser. Well, actually, I should rephrase that because everybody keep calling this build. Well, this one is Bruiser, but everybody keep calling Eclipse Spirit Bruiser, but I like to call it Caster because it focuses on AD and CDR items that are about AD, CDR, and damage. All of those items focuses on just doing damage,
Has been slain.
right? By giving you the AD, CDR, and the passives. But this is like Bruiser though. If you feel like you're not doing damage and shit, it's straight up because you're not playing the fights correctly. Because you're probably jumping in and trying to lead fights and stuff, and you're not being patient. When you play Naafiri, you need to use Naafiri's biggest strength. Naafiri's biggest strength is her range to Q. Like, look what I'm doing to this Cyan. Like, I can't kill him, right? What I do? I throw Q on him, I E, back off. And that's it. A lot of people are jumping in and pressing R. And just going melee range. Just because you're melee champ doesn't mean that you need to go melee range. right? Keep your distance and play the fight slow.
An enemy has been
Alright, so they're making a. This is happening. I'm gonna try to get this. Okay. Like I'm better.
slain. An ally has been slain.
Ping me, bro. Teleport. I need to reset. Can we Baron? Nice, this is good. Brother. Somebody kill him. That sounds. Humbuckler, that sounds save me. Soul point acquired. I got a plug on speed dial. Nice, Bailey coming together. Just need Thriller now, we're good. So, nice. Mail feed, mail feed. Nice hook. Alright, spread distance, and we're gonna go again. Come through top. Don't want Cyan to ult us. Can't give him a good angle. I can't buy anything, really. I can't buy anything, but we can get mana. I got a plug on speed dial until it felt like neutral. Ooh, got a beach match, pissed off. But that's the thing, right? When you go lethality, your burst is very high, but you don't got the CDR, you know. That's why I say, like, when you're playing these fights, Play them slow. Play them with your Q. Catch him. Take it in here. You're not serious. I don't even know, bro. Not enough? Damn. Bro, thought they had that over that side. Didn't even look. Soul for us is coming up like that. For my damage from my stuff, few 1k passive 790. Some people say like go like Voltic, but like it's just not. It doesn't synergize without Naafiri play 5. I'm missing out, no? We have poke. Problem is that I wish he played that slower. We got poked, bro. Fuck. I couldn't kill Wukong there. I don't have Cyril though. So I'm lacking damage. I think it's GG though. Unless Trash can super defend. We have Grubs, a Kaisa, Wukong with Trinity, and a Katarina, so that turret is dropping in seconds. Wait? Nice try. Mm, We go conquer here. Mm, I guess it's actually action mid. I'm actually going to still run conquer actually. But I don't need the ignite though, no? Can take that out. Oh wait, no, sorry. I plan on going to one blade. The changes were good.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Yo, donkeys. Um, my last game.
Minions have spawned.
Then I go sleep. Bro, I gotta be so tired today, bro. I shouldn't even be queuing, bro. But I didn't stream. Like, my last stream was what? Sunday? So I was like, at least pop. Just show up. Element song? Oh, yeah. No one was posted. LA, I was on thick. One more auto, please, and I run. He didn't. He queued. Didn't get the auto. Nice. I'm gonna pot the. Ooh, I landed over here. Perfect. I'm gonna pull the wave. Let it crash. I'm not in range. That cool angle. Flash too.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
This is a good opportunity to go in. Just want to. I just want to get the minion farm first. Govern. Alright, good. Imagine, by the way, I have a call and 2 long swords. My start is so good right now. Oh my god, I ain't even paying attention. Try this again. Nice. Good. Why that is because I don't want to do it. Bomba clad, bruh. Just do this thing. I can't really punish. He might come this way to like ward. Might. Too hard though. I just want to chunk him out a little bit. And then reset. What is he doing? Okay, good luck. Good luck, fam. Alright. Take that. And then. Good kill. 730 is his flash. He might have inspiration. He might have cosmic. No, I have electrocute too, so it's all up. He's shorter than I thought. Dodging her E first, you know? Okay, so we're gonna need to probably reset it. Oh, Venice, I wanna hit wave.
Has been slain.
No, when I do this, I also put boom my head like that too, bro. It's so crazy. Question is, do we keep pushing? So definitely not. Yeah, teleport it. Fine. Yo, Loba. I'll go on, bro.
An ally has been slain.
Lane swap, bro. I don't like that you lane swap because I find it like you're like, oh my god, action, you dying so much, bro. Let me just swap. I mean, you're not doing well too. Against Camille, so actually, hold up. Camille isn't good into isn't really good into science. Never really. I was kind of Divine Thunder, kind of like changed it up a little bit, but bruh, my second Q didn't go off in time. I mean, it didn't go off. It didn't go off in time. Didn't go off at all. I say go off in time because like I died. Like it wasn't like it just didn't work. Didn't go off in time, which means that I don't get the kill. Venice, what build am I even going here? Wait. Yeah. Build determined. I'm going Fever.
Turret plate will fall soon.
impeded.
I'll use flash. And that's something. Uh, all my deaths has been troll. But yeah. Where you going though? Just work, bro. Tired. Nasty. I got it. Got the item. But we're gonna help with this. Yes, I still have a recall then. You wanna recall before he picks up the eye, bro. Or else, you know, it's gonna just be wasted on it. I hate that. I mean, honestly, I feel like at a certain point it shouldn't work like that, you know? I feel like it shouldn't just, yeah, not work like how it does. But, could see it being a little bit abused, you know? Remember? Oh, this, I don't know what I'm thinking, bro. Like, he's supposed to be on this Christian. I'm not paying attention to bills or anything. No, it's... Alright, so for uh, action, I need to R him while he's in his E. But not possible. We're in the mid.
An enemy has been slain.
Back, but teleport. It's out of town. support flank. Damn. Actually quite close. If Ophelia didn't need that goal.
Shut down. Shut down. Enemy double kill.
Yeah, I think he might be on his red though. Never mind. Oh, you already took it? I think you took it and left, yeah. No, wait, what? Never mind. Still don't know. I don't want to reset for my item here. Big. That's been another.
An enemy has
No way. That was. Oh, I thought that all was orange. Well, I guess they were both ulting.
triple kill.
I didn't even realize. Blanca will give us wounds. That is not together, but which go passive. Let's have a heavy metal. To the devil. I just thought together. To the devil. There's no R. Bumbleclad, this thing has taken me the wrong way. Alright, bros. Sorry, bro. I'm really tired, bro. Just seeing the rail. I'm tired. Got a early morning, bro. Alright. I'm gonna see y'all. Into down in number, let's see y'all again. Alright, bros. Alright, guys. I love y'all. Take care, man.